I'm going to teach you a niggin. I see there's some people from Russia, from Latvia, from Litva. Okay? So we have some people who are speaking over there. Maybe they'll sing with us instead of speaking. Okay?
Yeah.
You ready? Lubilya moja služba krepko. Lubilya moja služba krepko. Ey, ay, lit it, ay, 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 hi, let I, da, 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 da. Before I go further, I would like someone who knows the language to tell us what it means. Please. Come on, there's some there. Don't be shy. Tell us what it means. Lubilya. Luba, Lubila, Lubavitch, love. Love. Who doesn't want love? Lubilya. Lubilya Maya. What's Maya? My. I love. What do we love? What do you love? What do you love? What do I love? What do you love? Sluzhba Krepko. I'm telling what I heard. I'm not from Russia, from Latvia. I'm from Brooklyn, New York. I really love my job. Oh, maybe I'm not pronouncing it the way a real Russian or Latvian says it. Sluzhba. Sluzhba Krepko. 1959. When my father slept together in Rabbi Bloch's father's room in Crown Heights. My father came from Israel. He was born in Romania, made it to Israel. He came and he looked for a bed to sleep in. He didn't have a bed because he wasn't an official student in the yeshiva in 770. So Rabbi Bloch's father said, they became friends, they saw each other, they met each other. Come, you can sleep here. So he sleeps there, and then he comes to his other friends. It's Thursday night. In yeshiva, the Thursday night is made for late study and Farbrengen. The Farbrengen is informal. This is more formal. But when you come to a real Hasidic Farbrengen with students in a yeshiva, it's a very informal environment, and it's very loose, and it's very open. Of course, the alcohol helps, but it really is a tremendous ability to get into yourself, because it's so hard to get in. Who wants to expose themselves? No one. Who wants to expose themselves? We put up this facade, right? We don't want the other person to know what's going on. At a Farbrengen, a real Farbrengen, where you're not looking at the watch. You're here for the long haul. 1, 2, 3, 4, 11, whatever. So these are the type of Farbrengens we had in yeshiva. When I was in yeshiva here in Morristown, the yeshiva Rabbinical College, Thursday nights I wouldn't go to sleep. I would go to sleep 5 a.m. I was up all night learning a Farbrengen, and then because we had to get up by 8, I lay down for a few hours. The transformation of self, somewhat, a little bit, abyssal, took place in those from 3 to 5 a.m. when you're amongst the guys. You're amongst yourself. So, my father comes into 770 late at night. He came to America to do 3 things. You ready? To find a job. In order. To see the Rsbbi Rebbe. That was his priority. Number 2, to find a job. And who can guess what number 3 is?
Find a wife.
Exactly. A Klickefreu. Smart lady. You don't got dough? You don't got a wife. And if you do, you better... Yeah, so he comes in. See, he wasn't an official. He worked. He used to come.
I got lucky.
Yeah, he came to learn Hasidus in the morning. Came to learn Hasidic philosophy in the morning before he went to work. Then he went to work all day, and then at night he learned a little more Hasidus or whatever he learned, and then he went to sleep. And Dr. Block, you all know his father was a professor, a PhD in philosophy. We called him Dr. Block's room. Okay. But Thursday nights, he would go into the yeshiva, and he heard the song that I just sang for you, or I just sang the first part for you. What does the song mean? I really love my job. First of all, I'd like to see by hand count. Some of you are retired or whatever, but how many people can honestly say and raise their hand that they loved the job that they did or are doing, and they even get paid for it? Okay. Now, I took the liberty of asking you this question because when I lived in LA and Dennis Prager spoke at the Sephardic Temple on Wilshire Boulevard, Dennis asked this question to 1,000 young people. I was there. And not everyone could raise their hand. You know, A, can you say you love your job? Do you really like your job? Number two, that you get paid for it. Lubilya maya sluzhba krepko. I really love my job. So my father comes in and he hears his friends from Israel, he hears them singing this song. And they tell him, he's not a Russian, he's a Romanian, but he didn't know the song. And he says, why are you guys singing this to his friends? He says, because we love being a chassid of the Rebbe. We love learning, and we love hanging out in the 770 in the yeshiva. We just love it. My father says, you're all a bunch of, this is a Yiddish word, bank kvetchers. A bank is a bench. What? Bench what?
Bench warmers?
That's right. You guys are sitting, learning all day, enjoying the yeshiva. Come out to the real world. Come out and schwitz and make money and all of that. Let's see you be able to say then, Lubilya maya sluzhba krepko. Then they said to my father, you don't understand. You don't really understand. What is the job of a Yid? What's the job of a Jew? To serve Hashem. To make God happy. To make Hashem happy with us. Right? And now listen to the way, I'm going to sing it myself now, and how there's a debate in this song. You see, a Hasidic tune has a lot of depth to it, whether it has words or doesn't have words. Listen for a second. Lubilya maya sluzhba krepko. The voice implies, it indicates a question. Do I really love my job? Oi, 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 lubilya maya sluzhba krepko. Do I really love my job? Sometimes I hate my job. Hey, I lit it, I lit it, I lit it, I lit it, I. What is that? Sometimes I love it, and sometimes I hate it. Those are the I to the I's. I. You understand? It's not just a repetition, I. Yeah. It has a meaning that's going on inside. Do I really like being a Jew? When a bomb goes off in Sbarro Pizza on King George, you remember that?
I was there.
You were in the pizza store?
No, right up the street.
Right up the street. You ask yourself, do I really love being a Jew? Do I want to? What kind of God is this? October 7th. What do we have to go back to? The Sabaro. God, Hashem, you love us? What's going on over here? We were prepared, we weren't prepared. He is to blame, she is to blame. It's all Baba Mises, Narishkeit, nonsense. Right? Where is God? You have a right to ask the question. As long as you know you're not going to get an answer. There's nothing wrong with asking. In fact, it's important to ask. Because asking stimulates the brain. Asking stimulates the consciousness. Asking makes a person move and shake and bake. If you don't ask, you're like a dud. You're like. So asking is good. So the niggin, the song says, I lit it, I lit it, I lit it, I lit it, I. That's a question. And then the voice, the second time we do I to the I is victory. Hey, I lit it, I lit it, I lit it, I lit it, I. Hi, la, which means I definitely love being a Jew because I have a soul. I have a neshama. And we see this now with October 7th. Everyone knows so many people that were leftists, liberals, anti-religion, anti-God, have said at least there's a possibility of a God. There's a possibility of a Torah. There's a possibility of Judaism. And many put on tefillin, as the rabbi said before, started to light the Shabbos candles, on and on. In other words, the Pinta Yid, I'm sure you heard it from the rabbi and the Rebbetzin, Pinta Yid, the quintessential aspect of a Jew, the neshama, the soul. You're never going to be able to remove the soul. Never! Hitler, Yamach Shemai, couldn't do it. The Spanish Inquisition couldn't do it. The Hamas can't do it. No one can do it. But remember what it says in the prophets. The only ones that can do it is, not can't do it, but the only ones who can, ourselves. Let's not be our worst enemies. Let's live with freedom. Let's live with real love. And this is the meaning of the song. So what I'd like you to do now is to sing, at least hum along with me, because I really want you to walk away tonight with knowing the song and thinking about it. And I hope the rabbi and the sons and others will sing it, because I know I've taught the song in many communities in Potomac, Maryland, and other communities, and they actually use it, at the kiddushim, because it's very, very therapeutic. It's not my song. I'm just sharing it. Okay, so let's do it a little quicker and just hum along, because if you don't know the words. Lubilya Maya Služba krepko, clap your hands. Hey, Lubilya Maya Služba krepko. Hey, don't be shy, raise your voices, don't be shy, raise your voices. La 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 la. Hey, Lubilya again. Hey, Lubilya Maya Služba krepko. Hey, Shmuel, help me. Hey, Dix Hills, help me. Hey, ha, la, 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 la. L'chaim, l'chaim, l'chaim.